Zdravím všetkých pri pokračovaní videí z Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. Dneska začíname nový prípad, Kráľová kúpeľ. Tak dúfam, že to bude aspoň také dobré ako tie predchádzajúce dva prípady. Aj keď v minulom žiadna taká vražda sa neodohrala. Ale zabili rovno celý vlak, takže to je v podstate jedno.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
To skúša na sebe rôzne veci. Tak sa najlepšie dozvie, čo to robí, no.
The temperature appears to be normal. The pupil is dilated. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but, what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes, and these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
No. Takže poďme do kúpeľov.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Ja si typujem
We
archeológa.
shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details. Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
No, jestli pospat s pánom Phillipsom.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Manchester City. Čo to je? Telegram. Kto ti poslal telegram? Ešte tam je niečo, ešte jedna vec. Aha. Ale ostrihaný. Došli sme na teba.
These baths are becoming sinister.
To sú nápady ráno o 9 do kúpela. Nečuduj sa to potom takto skončí. Watson, nezavadzaj. Ja tu vyšetrujem, volé.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Bože, to sú názvy, to museli po latinsky sem nacápať. Pánenka Madová. To sú rímske, ale kúpele. Lapidorium, sudatorium, mein Gott. No dobre, čo sme sa dozvedeli? A kde sú tí teda, čo tam boli? Sú ešte stále vnútri? Alebo koľko ich tam bolo? To je šatňa. Také šampanské.
Champagne for a special occasion.
Jo, zlej. Čo to plánuje, dobre.
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam
To
session.
by sme si dali, nie? Už je po.
Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
To sme sa toho dozvedeli. Veľa. Čo to máme?
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
No, však ja sústreďujem moju pozornosť. No, nič tu nevidím. Žiadne detaily. Skôr túto lampičku, čo je podozrivá tu na. Neviem, na čo tu je. Detaily. Ešte veľký detailisti, čo? Tam mal nejaký telegram išiel poslať. Ja sa ho na to opýtať. Komu? A na čo?
There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Si nevšimol šampanské, keď si tu tak príšerke všetko nachystal, šampanské si
All
nevšimneš.
these events are bad for the baths. And my job.
To je divné.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Ja viem. No sorry, ja som nie Holmes. Dobre, no nič. To je veľa teplo. Tak tam stoja, pozore. No, ale to upichol do oka.
Lord Holmes.
Death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
Nie to policajtovi tam nie je teplo. Prosím, ale priebud, ale chlapi, dajte si pohov. Ten, čo má na tom ručníku, to červené, to je krv? Aký vzor. No dobre. Vidíme niečo špeciálne. Zatiaľ nie.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
No, kľúč tam bol.
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
Kľúč od tých dverí. Čo boli zavreté? Asi.
The death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
A príčina smrti?
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
The death is very recent.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session. The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
Možno dostal nejaké krvácanie, niečo má s krvou. Nejaký jed, alebo čo, ťažko povedať, vykrvácal, no?
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
Čo je, ale toľko krvi.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry. Or he is an artist. Or a ghost. Or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Je smiešný iba namyslený. Trocha. No. Nevidíme tu nič také. Nevidíme tu nič také.
The grid cannot be removed. The grid cannot be removed.
Na tú jednu sa dá pozrieť, asi na tú jednu. Konstábel. Chceme dať dole tú mriežku.
Mr. Holmes?
The grid cannot be removed.
Chlapi, ale bez srandy. Plachty dole, si nepovedeš, že nemáte zbraň. Ukrytú kdesík. Blinthorn. Pitkin. To je vrah, Pitkin. Takým menom musí byť vrah. Ale to stačí niekto sem. A už je by tu ten kľúč bachli do toho oka, keď tam ležal. Tej kaluži krvi. Aj to je možné. Zbraň. Bol kľúč. Sme na to došli.
G. Newell and Sons, steam specialists, Seattle, WA.
Pú. Mla.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
No. To môže využiť vrah. Učiť. Chcel som to použiť, preskúmať som to chcel. Nedá sa. Asi nie.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
To je asi zbytočné. No? Čo to? Je to tam ona? Lúka. To čo majú? Aký ohník? Aký žeravé uhlíky? Tam bola dostačila si tú zbraň. No, musí vyťahnuť. No, dobre. Nič sa nedá robiť, iba použiť. No dobre. Tak nič. Snaha bola.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Vypočujeme svedkov. Tak sprosto pýtaš. Tak jedného po druhom, no, keď začneme. S tebou? No dobre, ty sa celkom moc potíš. To je podozrivé.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Nie, a kedy chceš o tom hovoriť?
I can't understand what happened. Am I allowed to leave?
Čakaj, potom ešte máš brade skovanú zbraň.
Do we have to stay here? Can't we go?
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
Dobre, ste sa dohodli?
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed properly first.
Jasne.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
To je paráda. A jeden to chce rozprávať, to je podozrivé.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme.
No, čo to je? Á, rozstavený kov, ale tam švacov zbraň. Haha, a už sme doma. Pustil volák do tú paru, nebolo tu nič vidieť. Zabil ho a zbraň
I
hodil
will
sem.
need something to pick up this melted metal.
Paráda. Nemám nič, Watson, poď sem. Potrebujem volať, čo tuto vyťahnuť.
I will need something to pick up this melted metal. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
No taká, ako si my predstavujeme, tu není, ale je tu zbytok tej zbrane. Nastavený kov. Aha, okuliare. Si ich nevšimol normálne.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
No, páni, kto z vás nosí okuliare?
One lens.
Áno, to sme sa dozvedeli.
These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Aha.
I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
No ja celý od krvi, nie? Spí.
I don't want to stay here. Let us out, please. It's horrible.
I feel ill. I want to go.
No ale čo je povedz?
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
Ukáž si ten náš zbraň. Hej, nemyslel som tu ale inú.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
To je dobré.
Mr. Holmes?
No, ti tiež nevíš nič nepovedať na Mr. Holmes? A všetka tá para išla, však tam hore nie sú žiadne otvory, to tam zrážalo na stolom. Na plafóne. Ach jo, tak nič. Naozaj nič. Ešte raz pozriem. Ani tu nič. Dialóg, to som si opýtal, ako má ten kľúč. Tu budem si dať analýzu krvi a analýzu vzorku pôdy. Super, to zase budú nejaké hlavolamy, už to vidím. Čo s tými okuliármi? Sa neopýta nikoho, či to nie sú ich okuliáry, voľako, už sa ich neopýta. Tam som preskúmával okuliáre. Mohol aspoň tých opýtať, či to voľakom nepatrí.
These lenses. One lens is cracked, These lenses...
Obyčajné okuliare.
One lens...
Dobre, no. Myslíš? Ja by som sa ich opýtal, čo nepatrí voľakomu. Počkať? Aha, som vie, že to je krtebe oný vzor. Aha. Už by som bol volať, čo zabudol. Tak oný. Kolombo, či sa vrátiť, ale mám čo sa opýtať ešte.
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
Na ruky má aké zahodené.
I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
Hej, zamotal si ruky od krvi a potom sa utrel do ručníka. No dobre, to by šlo. Vyzerá mu zvýľakanie na to, aby bol vrah. Skôr jeden z tých dvoch druhých.
Blood traces. Blood traces wiped on the towel.
No dobre, nebudem vás už mučiť. Idem. Môžete ísť kade ľahšie.
Expensive clothes.
No práve to sú jedné šaty. Aha, sú tu troje šaty, dobre.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room.
Suspekt. Podozrivý.
Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
No ja neviem. Či sú podozriví. To bolo moc jednoduché, keby to boli niekto z nich práve. Možno to tak len malo vyzerať, ale vrahom je niekto úplne iný.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Please wait, I need to do...
Počkám. Nech čakajú. Čo by robili v jarde? No, nech pekne sú.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Hej, to ťa trápi celý tvoj život.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did
No
not.
hej, ako už sa premiesnil akože sám od seba. Tiež dobrý. To je bola správna odpoveď?
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Aha, dobre, tak ten telegram asi je správna odpoveď, hej, lebo išiel podať telegram, tak si tam nebol.
Did you leave the baths?
No, sir.
Klamár jeden.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, She wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
Takže niekto z tých troch vošiel sem, zobral kľúč, vošiel dovnútra, zamkol znútra, zabil to ona, pustil paru, zabil chlapa, hodil ho zbraň do ohňa, kľúč tam pohodil na zem a no.
Mr. Holmes?
Takže zhruba tak.
These baths are becoming sinister.
Nemal si odchádzať. No. Opustil z vás niekto túto miestnosť?
I can't understand what happened. Am I allowed to leave?
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to...
I don't want to stay here. Let us out, please.
To sa si nedozvieme, no. Budem musieť pokračovať v jazde, no.
Do we have to...
Nedá sa nič robiť. Nie je tu nič čo medzi tými soškami, tam som sa nepozeral. Tam by čo si mohlo byť. Nie je tam nič. Strašné. Toľko miesta na uloženie a nič tam není. Cez to okno sa nemohol nikto prísť. Jediný otvor, čo tu je. A ešte jeden, no dobre, dva. Ale obávam sa, že nikto cudzí tu asi nezasiahol, to budú mať henty traja na svedomí. Možno sa dohodli. Treba zistiť, kto to je a čo mali spoločné so zavraždeným. A uvidíme. Pekná mozaika. Takže ja by som tam aj ich poslal preč. Čo už tu? Je to asi nie je nič.
Frigidarium.
No, ešte mi to prelož do slovenčiny.
Frigidarium.
Čítať viem aj ja. Sa dá ísť? Pozrieme sa, tady tu sú ešte jedné dvere. Aha. Že frigidárium. Tak to ešte tu chvíľku zotrváme. To je východ, to je exit, no tomu rozumiem. Aj po slovensky. Alebo odchod. Sudatorium, apoditerium, mein Gott. Ešte dobre, že tá rímska ríša skončila, že sme učili latinsky všetci. No dáme, tak poďme. Pracovňa si dá...
serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
No to už lepšiu cedulku nemal. Takúto, no, tie dvere vyzerajú všelijako. No a tu toho ešte veľa na preskúmávanie. Ajajajajaj. Tu sa ešte zdržíme. Ja sa zároveň idem povedať, kade to vedie, čo tam je. Tady je taká čudná chodba. Nie je dokonca diera je tu. Ajaj. Čo to? Zemetrasenie.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
Takže teraz už asi nedostaneme do frigidária.
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
Samozrejme, nám to budeme ja dávať preč. Horí. To vyzerá fakt ako, že to je to od rímskej ríše, tu asi nikto nič nerobil s tým. To muselo pánúť jedného dňa. On jak hovoril, že zámkovo kúpele, to znamená, že keby sem niekto cudzí mal prísť, tak jedine tadeto. To bola jediná možnosť. Z frigidária. Alebo skočil cez ten strop. No dobre, tak kde začať? Zľava.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research. Tools used by... I will need these tongs.
Aha, áno, to potrebujeme na vyťahnutie toho kovu. To je asi jediná užitočná vec, čo tu je.
Tools you... Tool.
To vyzerá ako aký oný štít. Také vojaka. No to je to isté.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
Kde si to obchadovačku? Alebo to zebral oný, Watson. Si vás kontrolovať.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
To je všetko. To je to, čo aj tam bolo. Fotonegatívy.
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations. Glass plate
Dá sa s tým otočiť ani nič. Sa s tým nedá otočiť. Chyba jeden.
A glass plate negative is missing.
Tam je. Veľká socha.
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
No dobre, daj to naspäť. Jedna sa dá vybrať, iné sa nedajú vybrať.
A glass plate.
No, iba to jeden sa dá vybrať. No dobre.
A glass plate. Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
No, že som nezabudol vybrať ten oný odtiaľ. Ešte to budem musieť preskúvať. Ešte archív budem sa pozrieť. Ups, som chcel. Taký kus, aké záhade. Som zvedavý. Čo tento zase objavil, prečo ho zabili potom, no? To bude asi všetko, čo sa tu dá robiť. Je vyťahnuť tú onu z toho. Ale... Možno, že niekto sem došiel s tým šampanským. Povedal, že ho nesie tým pánom tam dozadu a v skutočnosti to bol ale vrah. A to šampanské sem priniesť bol iba akože dôvod, že sem ide. No fajn.
I should analyze this melted metal.
No, to sa zase naanalizujeme, aj bože. No dobre. To bolo už naozaj asi všetko. Že som na nič nezabudol.
All these events are bad for the baths. And my job.
Áno. Tvoj job je v prdeli. Nemal si odchádzať. Ale sa na druhú stranu to bola veľká náhoda, keď som niekto netak prišiel a on by tu zrovna nebol, no.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the...
None, Lestrade.
No dobre, takže ešte aj tých musím vypočuť, ale najprv by som išiel urobiť tie výskumy. Čo je?
We don't have many leads here.
Ja som našiel až moc. Ty si tam pekne zase čítaj a zase všetko robota ostala na mne. Čo to čítaš?
What should we do next, Holmes?
No, my nič. Ty tu sedia a robiť budem ja. Kde je to by? Kde sa zišiel? Teba som už dávno nevidel. Bože môj. No tam je to by. Ja som si sa premiesnil. To nie je tvoje, toto je moje miesto.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
No.
On the sofa.
No dobre. Takže čo hľadáme? Aký rok toto sila rodného nejaké vykopávky. Rok 93. hľadáme. Múmia? To si bude ono. Je? Múmia s vylúpnutým okom. Haha. Prosím. No pomerať, nepomenutý, jej. Múmia s vylúpnutým okom. Pravá ruka natiahnutá. No presne tak. Takže pomsta nejakého boha egyptského. Takže podobne bol v podobnej polohe ako tá múmia, čo našiel. Uzrel niečo, čo nemal. No. Sranda.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
No, tak. No dobre, takže čo tu tam vlastne máme? Na vyšetrenie. Analýzu kovu. Analýzu pôdy, analýzu krvi. Paráda. Ja to sa mám koho na to pýtať, čo to sa pýtate, o tom mi živie. Že vraj, iha. Fajn. Začneme zeminou. Čo tu máme? Peroxid, acid. Tam je dobré veci. No to zaostriť musím, aha. Je paráda. To je lepšie. Co je? Pyrit. Pyrit za nechtami. Bielý íl. Íl, teda. Íl, no. Pyrit. To je divné. Selenit. Kde sa ten hrával?
Selenite. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans.
Predpokladám, že sa tam pôjdeme pozrieť. A možno nie.
Let us analyze this blood sample.
Ale tak sa to zaostruje kolečkom na myši.
This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is
No,
strange.
čo mu
Let
dali
us see what
vypiť.
is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface.
Možno, že mu dali niečo pre smrťou vypiť. Alebo čo, neviem.
I must take a pipette and place...
Pipetou, ti ju zeberiem tú pipetu. Ježkové oči. Glup. Nič nevidím, že by sa vočo vylúčovalo na povrch.
Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Divné. Voda v krvi. To asi do tej krvi, čo vytiekla, tam sa dostala voda.
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier.
Čo není v
It
kúpeli
appears
také
to be silver,
neobvyklé?
but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around
No, to ale nechceš
900
robiť doma.
degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver.
No, to je logické, no dobre. No.
I must take a pipette.
Dobre, no. To vylejem a hotovo. Čo sa tu budem babrať nejakou pipetou? Troška kyseliny. No, není... A je.
The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver. Britannia silver quality.
Zbraň zo striebra.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
To je všetko? Takí rýchli sme boli. To neviem, čo s týmto. To sa ako ešte musím opýtať pri tom dialogu. S tými tam ich budem vypočúvať. Kvalitné britské striebro. No, kvalitné. No dobre, tak aj na toto sa budem sa asi opýtať. Tam tých podozrivých. No dobre. To nám už asi nespravím nič teda.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
To je pekné od teba. Pošta nebola. Bola. Čo? Je to ten, aha. To Sherlock trošku prifarbil.
This is where I keep my post.
To je všetko? Je tá ďalšia
This
pošta.
is where I keep my post. This is where I keep my post. My archive. My archive. I can always consult with it.
Dobre,
if
takže
needed.
môžeme sa ísť
My archive. I can always consult with it.
premiesniť do Scotland Yardu. Super. Dedukcie žiadne ešte. A sú? Sú. Takže takto, šampanské. Ale bolo otvorené? Nebolo otvorené. Nedá ničím spojiť. Ešte toho má málo. Málo indícií.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Čo náhodou nešiel hore, čo tak sa sem postavili. No, tu máme veci, ktoré sa dajú prezrieť osobné. To sa ani nedá ísť. Pre istotu. Dobre, ale toto zase na budúce. Hodinka uplynula, takže zatiaľ ďakujem za pozornosť, majte sa, pá, pá.